There's an old saying that goes, if you fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, shame on me.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
And that's very important because I believe that many of us as people, we try to give somebody the benefit of the doubt who won't give us the benefit of the doubt. And at the end of the day, when they show you who they truly are, you feel used and you feel disappointed, almost to the point where you just can't say anything. And man, for a guy that has a big mouth like Dr. Umar Johnson, that is exactly what has happened. Rewind, Nemo. If you guys remember, Dr. Umar Johnson wanted to meet up with Sukihana, and he wanted to have a discussion about her promiscuity in her image and stereotype, how she could help black women and girls with an initiative planned by him. Now stop the show. We all know that Dr. Umar Johnson can't do any initiative unless it's called hit the cash app and donate one time, family. FDMG Academy, hotep, Shazabe, hotep. That's the only agenda that this Negro has. But be it as it may, he wanted to meet her at his lecture in Miami and offered her a public meeting in which she definitely was obliged to do so. She even flirted lightweight with Dr. Umar Johnson and was maybe even interested in letting him booty clap sounds. But remember, Dr. Umar took some scrutiny from the black community, especially those in the pro-black community, because guys saw the play. Listen, this sister Sukihana, she's out here doing things on OnlyFans. She's out here doing things in the public. I mean, she's licking dudes' feet. She's letting people lick her crotch at concerts. Hey, doc, like this is a really bad look for you because, instead of trying to meet this lady, we have other ladies in our community that would deserve, some more attention or something like that. But, you meeting her is a lost cause. But Dr. Umar Johnson responded with this.
Let me talk about the Sukihana situation one time. I don't condone my sister's content. I don't support my sister's content. I will not make excuses for my sister's content. I'm simply saying that if the queen is interested in making a transformation in her agenda, I am willing to aid her in that work. I am not going to cancel her because some of you hypocrites have overlooked popular people in our community who have done worse than Sukihana. Let me say this again because I want you to understand, overstand, and understand me right now. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. I do not condone my sister Sukihana's content. I do not support my sister Sukihana's content. I will not make excuses for my sister Sukihana's content. But the sister has as much right to make a mistake and then correct it as you and I do. And many of you who want to cancel her outright have overlooked evil and wrongdoing in the black community that has been worse than what she is doing. How many people we got who have taken the life of other people and we still celebrate them right now? How many in our community have been accused and even have been proven to be pedophiles and we overlooked their behavior because they are celebrities? How many have robbed and stolen and killed and abused elders and women and you overlooked their wrong? So all I'm saying, don't be a hypocrite when it comes to the black woman when you have overlooked the sins of black men. All I'm saying is don't be a hypocrite when it comes to black women when you have overlooked the sins of black men. There are black men who have said and done some of the same things Sukihana has said and done, and they have not been canceled. All I'm saying is be honest in your criticism. Be balanced in your condemnation. All I'm saying is don't have one set of standards for elite celebrities and a completely separate set of standards for upcoming celebrities. That's all I'm saying, brothers and sisters. That's all I'm saying. When I hear the word cancel her, if that's what you want to do, so be it. But why are you not canceling others who have done as much as her and worse?
And that is the response that I'm dealing with today. Now, before I get into something here, I want you to understand one thing. Dr. Umar Johnson is not a big fan of interracial relationships. He's not. He's clear about it, even for those blacks like Sidney Poitier or Harry Belafonte. He still has an issue with black people in interracial relationships, and everybody knows he stands on that very strongly. Here's a clip of him talking about that with Roland Martin.
During that particular interview, you talked about a variety of issues that also got people talking. One of them dealt with your views on interracial marriage.
Yes, sir.
And so, so explain that for folks who did not hear it.
Certainly. Simply put, any black man who is with a woman who's not an African herself is going to have a difficult time getting respect from me. I believe black men need to be with black women. The black family is under attack. Only 1 out of every 4 black women gets married. The black woman is last likely to get married. She's the last married, the first divorced. We have what? 2/3 of our children being raised by working class and impoverished single black female-led house homes. The destruction of a nation begins in the home of its families. And if we want to save black people, we have to save the black family. And in order to do that, black men have to commit themselves to black women.
So when you talk about not getting your respect, so if that's the case, you're saying President Barack Obama didn't get your respect because his dad married a white woman?
Oh, not at all.
Would Harry Belafonte?
Not at all. I want to be very clear about something. As Pan-Africanists, the product of an interracial union is an African. I have heroes who are biracial. Some of the grandfathers of Pan-Africanism were of mixed racial ancestry. You don't blame a child for how they got here.
But I'm asking you this here. Harry Belafonte has a white wife. No respect for him?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your social status.
So now that we are there, let's check out what Sukihana is doing today. So Sukihana, and it looks like Sexy Red, are hanging out with white guys. I don't know if this is a video shoot, but they're, twerking on these white guys and bouncing the ass for these white guys and things like that. And Dr. Umar Johnson posted this also on his Instagram. But he doesn't have anything to say. Give me some African music, Dima. Dr. Umar speaks. So he just has a list. If you look at it, let's scroll down here. Here's a list of, where he's going to be speaking at. But it seems like Dr. Umar Johnson, Mr. Big Mouth, he doesn't have anything to say about Sukihana, who's doing this after meeting the greatest pro-black. Give me some African drum music. The greatest pro-black speaker. Pro-black speaker of this 100th generation, 100 years, whatever the hell he be saying. Pro-black. I'm the greatest Pan-African speaker. So, great Pan-African speaker, how does this work out for you? You see, the thing about it is that Dr. Umar Johnson is a joke. Sukihana doesn't want to tell him this. Sukihana used Dr. Umar Johnson like Dr. Umar Johnson uses everybody else for cash apps and all of that because he's nobody to be respected. And we all predicted this, that a guy like Dr. Umar could not change her opinion. And he knew that she couldn't change his opinion, but maybe he wanted to prove that he could and he could not because number one, Dr. Umar Johnson doesn't have any resources or have anything that will make a woman submit to the idea of a woman like her changing her mentality. Let's look at Minister Louis Farrakhan. Now, Minister Louis Farrakhan is quite a popular subject in the pro-black world. A lot of people hate him. A lot of them love him. But the one thing that you can say about Minister Louis Farrakhan and also the Nation of Islam, when women come into Nation of Islam, they automatically have some level of systems they can get into. All right. They have businesses. They have schools. They have certain levels of funding. There are things that happen within the Nation of Islam that it keeps people it incentivizes behavior because of the nation within a nation. They do a lot of business together. There's a lot of economy that's going on in there, and they get supported largely by a lot of non-Nation of Islam people in the black community. So they are a nation within a nation with a lot of outpouring support for blacks who are not inside of the nation. We have a lot of blacks who are favorable to the Nation of Islam. So with black women like that, they can change. But the Nation of Islam has done something that Dr. Umar Johnson has never done. It has built a community not around Minister Louis Farrakhan per se, because he's now I think the fourth leader. You had Elijah Muhammad. Then there was the son of Fawad Muhammad. Now this is Minister Louis Farrakhan. So there will be a fourth leader, and the Nation of Islam will still keep, actually it's the fifth, because you had Master Fawad Muhammad, I think. I don't know who, I'm messing the names up, but you guys get it. We're now on the fourth founder or the fourth leader of the Nation of Islam. Okay. And when Minister Farrakhan decides to retire or he passes away, there will be number 5. What about Dr. Umar Johnson? Dr. Umar Johnson builds communities for himself. He doesn't build it for others. He builds it for himself. So that's why somebody like Dr. Umar Johnson, there's no way that he could have any influence, because he is too self-centered to do anything for a community of people. It's just what he doesn't do that. So when Sukihana comes in, he has an opinion of her. She's not gonna listen. He's nobody to listen to. He's not a man also that is married. I mean, he has 2 single moms out there. He got pregnant. So she don't look at him as being holier than thou. He's just a guy that moves the crowd. But the guys who are signing her paycheck that are white, probably, those are the ones she answers to. And Dr. Umar Johnson is looking like a fool, and rightfully so. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.